In this video I want to show you how to crochet these very cute amigurumi brides. One has long curly hair and the other one has a sweet little bun on top of her head, and they're totally customizable, so you can just change the color of the flowers or the hair and make it your own. Let's jump right into it. For this project I will use my yarn for 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter needles, my 3 millimeter crochet hook, basting needle, a stitch marker, scissors and fiber fill. And if you want you can use glue to attach some parts, but you can also sew them. But I will use the glue as well. And also don't forget a pair of safety eyes. We will start with the legs, and for this do a magic ring. Go in with your hook like this, grab the yarn, twist it, yarn over and pull through. And into this magic ring we will do 6 single crochets. And I will do the yarn under technique, meaning the yarn is under my hook when I come out again. So the single crochets are much sturdier this way. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we will crochet in closed rounds. So each round will be closed with a slip stitch and a chain. So go through the first single crochet of the round, do a slip stitch, pull right through the loop on your hook and chain 1, and this is our first round. And in the next round we will increase from 6 to 12 stitches by doing 2 single crochets in each stitch. We will go through the same stitch we just did the slip stitch in and do our first increase, 1 single crochet and a second single crochet. I didn't do the yarn under, I just realized. And I will mark my first stitch so I know where to close the round. So this was our first increase. Then we have our second increase, 1 and 2 in the same stitch. Number 3, 1 and 2 in the same stitch. Number 4. Number 5. And the last increase right here, 1 and 2 in the same stitch, and we close our round with a slip stitch and a chain. And I will also close my magic ring even more, and this is our second round. And now we will do 2 rounds of just 12 single crochets, so no increase and no decrease. So I will start with the same stitch I did the slip stitch in again. So this is number 1. I will again mark my round and then just do single crochets around for 2 rows. So I finished the 2 rows of just 12 single crochets. And I'm about to close my round, but only with a slip stitch. And then I will fasten off. No need to leave a long yarn tail because we will crochet the legs to the body later on. What I will do is weave in this yarn tail, but only a little bit towards the middle. And then I just stuff it inside, and no need to cut the yarn or even crochet it in or weave it in further. I just don't want it to be in the way when we attach the leg to the body. So these 2 strands you just put inside and make 2 legs. And now we can continue crocheting the arms. For the arms we will do a magic ring. And into this magic ring again 6 single crochets with the yarn under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoops, lost it there, 5 and 6. And again we will close the round with a slip stitch into the first single crochet and a chain. This is our first round. Into the next round we will do 2 single crochets and an increase, and again 2 single crochets and an increase. We will increase from 6 to 8 stitches. So into the first one we did the slip stitch in, 1 single crochet. If you want, you can mark your round. In the next stitch, 1 single crochet, and then we will do an increase, 2 in 1 stitch, 1 and 2, and again 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, and one more time 2 in 1 stitch, so 1 and 2. And we will close our round with a slip stitch and a chain, and we are at 8 stitches. Slip stitch and chain, and you can already push the arm outside. And now we will do 6 rows of just 8 single crochets, so no increase, no decrease for 6 rows. So just go around and do single crochets, and always close your round with a slip stitch and a chain. I'm about to close my last round of 8 single crochets with a slip stitch, and then I will fasten off. I do not need a long yarn tail because we will crochet this arm to the body, but again, as the same with the leg, we will just weave in this yarn a little bit so it's out of our way when we attach the arm to the body. Just or weave it in a little bit so it does not bother us later, and then cut the yarn, and again make 2. Now we can start with the body of our bride, and for this again a magic ring, and into this magic ring again 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we close the round with a slip stitch into the first single crochet and a chain. This is our first round, and we will increase from 6 to 12 stitches by doing 2 single crochets in each stitch around. I will start with the stitch I did the slip stitch in. So this is my first single crochet, mark my stitch, and the second one in the same stitch, first increase, whoops, first increase. And we have our second increase, 1 and 2, and repeat all the way around. We increased to 12 stitches, and we will close our round with a slip stitch and a chain into the first single crochet. This is our second round done. Now we will increase to 18 stitches by doing 1 single crochet and an increase, 1 single crochet and an increase. So I start with the same stitch I did the slip stitch in again. Here we do 1 single crochet, mark my stitch, and in the next one we will do our increase, 1 and 2 in the same stitch. Repeat all the way around. And we close our round with a slip stitch into the first single crochet and a chain. Round 3 is done. We're up at 18 stitches, and we will increase to 24 doing 2 single crochets and an increase. So here we will do 1 single crochet Next one single crochet, and then we have our increase, 1 and 2 in the same stitch. Repeat all the way around. We will close around again with a slip stitch and 1 chain, and we have our 4th round. And now we will increase to 30 by doing 3 single crochets and then the increase. So 1 single crochet, mark your round, 2, 3, and then we will increase 2 in 1 stitch, 1 and 2. Repeat all the way around. All right, I'm about to close my round with a slip stitch and a chain, and we are at 30 stitches now. And to get from 30 to 36, we will do 4 single crochets and 1 increase. And at the same time, I want to attach the legs. And this is going to be a little different. We will not just do 4 single crochets and an increase all around. Let's get right to it. At the beginning, I will do the regular increase pattern. So 1, 2, let me mark my stitch, 3, and 4 single crochets. And now we will do our increase. This is the regular pattern you would do to get from 30 to 36 stitches. Now I want to attach the first leg, and to do this, each leg has 12 stitches at the top, and we will take the leg and place it in front of this circle we crocheted so far, and we will attach 6 stitches. So let's put the leg here like this, line it up, and I will go through the stitch of the leg, and I will go through the stitch of the body, and I will do a single crochet. And in total, what I will do now is mark this stitch. This is the first stitch of my leg. This comes in handy later when I show you what we will do next. We will do our second single crochet, our 3rd single crochet, always going through the leg and through the body. Number 4, make sure you have the right stitches aligned. Number 5, and number 6. Here as well, I will mark my stitch. This is the first stitch of the leg. This is the last stitch of the leg. And as you can see, we did not increase here. We only did 6 single crochets, but we should do 4 single crochets and an increase. So now we will do 1 single crochet and a second. So we just snuck in our increase here instead of doing it when we attach the leg. To complete the pattern, we will need 2 regular single crochets, 1 here, 1 here, and then we will do another increase. And now we have the same amount of stitches in this half like we would have if we do it the regular way. And now we get to the other half. Do 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we do our increase, 1 and 2 in the same stitch. And now we attach our second leg. Grab this leg, line it up with the body, and we will go through the leg and through the first stitch on the body, or the next stitch on the body, and we will do 6 single crochets. So this is the first, and I will mark my stitch again. second, number 3, number 4, number 5, and do not skip any stitches, and number 6 right here. I will mark the last stitch of my leg, my second leg. And now we sneak in again our increase right here. 1 and 2 in the same stitch. And now we only have 1 single crochet, another single crochet, and our increase in the last stitch. 1 and 2. And I will close my round with a slip stitch and a chain. And as you can see, we attached our legs in this row and increased to 36 stitches. In the next round, we will not increase at all. So we will stay with 36 stitches. So each single crochet each stitch around. I will start with this number 1 and mark my stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you can see this would be the stitch I attached the leg with. Instead of going through here, we will now go through the other side of the leg. So we will do 6 single crochets around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this is the stitch we attached the leg with. So our next one is here. We will do 12 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this would be the stitch we attach the leg with. And instead of going through here, we will once again go through the leg for 6 single crochets. So 1, not this one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we will go back to the body and not through this one, through the next one after my green stitch marker for 6 stitches. And then we have 36 and we attach the leg completely. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Close your round with a slip stitch and a chain. And our 2 legs are completely attached. So we can remove the stitch markers now. I only use them so I can really show you where you have to crochet. And now you will do 5 rounds of just single crochet, so no increase, no decrease, 36 stitches in total. So just go around and do this for 5 rounds. I've finished my 5 rows of 36 stitches, and now it's time to decrease again. So we go from 36 to 30 by doing 4 single crochets and a decrease. So let's do the first 4 single crochets. 1, I will mark my stitch, 2, 3, and 4. And now we will do a decrease. You can do the method you are more comfortable with. There's this one where you go through the loop, you get the yarn, through the next loop you get the yarn, 3 loops on your hook, and you pull the yarn through all 3 loops. What I like to do is the invisible decrease. You go through the front loop of the first stitch, through the front loop of the second stitch, then you yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through both loops on your hook. This is the way I will decrease. Repeat all the way around, 4 single crochets and a decrease. I finished my round of decrease to 30 stitches and my round with a slip stitch and a chain, and now I will decrease to 24 by doing 3 single crochets and a decrease. And at the end of the round I will do a color change to the skin color we chose. So I will mark my stitch, 1, 2, 3, and then I have my decrease. Through the front loop, through the front loop, pull through and pull through the both loops on your hook. Work all the way around. Now I'm at my last decrease, and now I am about to change my color. So front loops of these both stitches, yarn over, pull through, and before I pull through again, I will not finish my stitch with the white. I will change to this color, and I will finish my stitch in this color. I will pull on the white a little bit so everything is tight enough, and I will close my round with a slip stitch and a chain in the new color. So slip stitch and chain. And what I can do now is knot these two together, the white and the new color. There's no need to sew it in. You can just tie a knot and hide it in on the inside of the body. Then we can cut the white. And in the next round, in this new color, we will only go through the back loops. So we will keep decreasing from 24 to 18 stitches, doing 2 single crochets and a decrease, and I will only go through the back loop of each stitch. So only through this loop here. So I will do 1 single crochet. This is the whole loop. I only go through the back loop. 2nd single crochet. And now I will do my increase the same way I did before, which is a little tricky when you do back loops, but it's manageable. So pull the yarn through. Oh, I split it there. No, I didn't. So pull the yarn through and through both loops on your hook. And repeat all the way around. I am at the end of my round. I will end my round with a slip stitch and a chain, and we decreased all the way to 18 stitches, and we only went through the back loop. So now we have this front loop free, which we will need later on to do the dress. At this point, we will start stuffing our body. When you stuff the body, do not forget to stuff the legs as well. So I stuffed my body pretty well, and now I will decrease from 18 to 12 stitches and also crochet the arms to the body. So get your arms ready. I will do the normal decrease pattern would be 1 single crochet and a decrease, and we pretty much do this and also attach the arm at the same time. So I will do 1 single crochet into the same stitch I did the slip stitch in. I will mark my round. Then I will do a decrease. So go through the front loop of the next 2 stitches and crochet these together. Now I will do another single crochet, and with the next decrease I will start attaching my first hand. Each hand has 8 stitches, so we hold it flat, so we have 4 stitches we need to crochet through. So I will find the first stitch, go through here and go through here, and I will go through the body and I will decrease. And now I have to use the other way of decreasing. So I go through the loop and I pull up a loop, or through the stitch. I go through the next stitch, 2 at the arm, 1 at the body, get the yarn, pull it through. I have 3 loops on my hook, get the yarn and pull through all 3. So I did a decrease and I crocheted 2 stitches of the arm to the body. Now I will do a regular single crochet, going through 2 stitches of the hand and 1 stitch through the body, get the yarn and do a regular single crochet. And now we need to do our next decrease. So half of the decrease will be with going through the arm, going through the body, get the yarn, pull through, and now just go through the body, get the yarn, pull through, and pull through all 3 loops. We have our first arm connected. Now we will do a single crochet. Whoops, I pulled some fiber fill out. Single crochet. Then we will do our decrease. I will do the hidden one. So go through the front loop, and crochet together. Then we will do another single crochet. And now I will start, get your arm ready. I will start with my decrease. I will go through and get the yarn, and with the next stitch I will attach my arm. So I will go through the hand first, through 2 stitches. Then I will go through the next stitch of the body, get the yarn, and pull it through. Now I have 3 loops on my hook, and I crochet these 3 loops together. I did my decrease. And now we will do a single crochet. So go through 2 loops of your hand, through the body, get the yarn, and do a regular single crochet. And the next stitch will be our last decrease. Go through 2 loops of your hand, through the body, get the yarn, pull through 2 loops of your hand, through the body, get the yarn, and pull through 3 loops on your hook, and crochet these 3 loops together. And you have both arms attached, and all that we have to do is close our round with a slip stitch and a chain. So slip stitch, chain 1, and we decreased to 12 stitches and we connected both arms to our body. We're almost at the end. All we have to do is decrease to 6 stitches, and to do this we crochet each 2 stitches together. I will go through the front loop of the stitch I just did a slip stitch in and the front loop of the next one. So 1, repeat all the way around. 2. This was my first stitch, so I will go through here. I'll do my slip stitch, no chain because we are done with our body part. I will fasten off, cut the yarn and leave a little bit of a longer yarn tail because I don't know how much I will need to connect the head to the body. But better safe than sorry. All right, this is the first part of our body. What we need to do next with the bride is to attach the dress, because this is kind of like the underdress or the under part of the body. And for this, we kind of flip the body upside down. And you see these front loops we have here. These are the front loops we made when we only went through the back loop doing this color. And I will look for the point where I joined the rounds. And here I will go through the first front loop and just connect the white yarn for the start. Just take your white yarn and do a quick slip stitch to secure the yarn. And we have 24 front loops, but in this round I want to increase to 30 stitches, and doing that we need to do 3 single crochets and an increase. And we do this all in these front loops. So we do our first single crochet in the front loop. I will mark my stitch. Then in the next front loop, I do my second single crochet. It's right here. Don't skip any stitches. Third single crochet. And then we have our increase. Oops. In the next front loop, we will do 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. 1 and 2. And repeat all the way around, 3 single crochets and an increase, only going through these front loops we have left here. So I'm done with my round. I'm about to close it with my slip stitch and a chain. Slip stitch, chain. And in the next round, we will increase from 30 to 36 stitches, doing 4 single crochets and an increase. We need 36 stitches for the dress itself. So this is the last round of increases. We will do 4 single crochets. So this is my first. Mark my stitch. Number 2, 3, and 4. And we have our increase, 1 and 2 in the same stitch. 1 and 2. Repeat all the way around, 4 single crochets, 2 increase, 1 increase. I am at the end of my round. I can end the round with a slip stitch and a chain. And now I will do 6 rows of just 36 single crochets. So each crochet through each stitch around, 36. No increase, no decrease. In total, 6 more rounds. So I finished my last row of 36 single crochets. And now we will close our round with a slip stitch and a chain. And now I will go around and do 3 double crochets into each stitch, but only into the back loop. So we will go through the one we just did the slip stitch in. We will do double crochets, so yarn around your hook, go through the back loop only. Get the yarn through the first 2 loops, through the last 2 loops. I will mark my stitch. And 2 more into the same stitch. So yarn around your hook, go through, get the yarn through the first 2, through the last 2. And 1 more time. So in each back loop, 3 double crochets. We go to the next back loop. So yarn around your hook, go through the back loop only, and do a double crochet, a second one, and a third one, all the way around into all 36 stitches, but back loop only. I went all around and did 3 double crochets in each back loop, and I'm about to close my round now with a slip stitch. No chain needed because we're done. So I will cut my yarn, fasten off, weave this in as well, and I can put down the dress and you have this super cute bride dress. Next we will do the upper part gets a kind of like this, a border around, I will call it. And for this we will put this aside, get our white yarn, make a slip knot like this, and do 20, a chain of 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now we will go backwards on the chain and we will skip the first 2 chains I did. So this one and this one we will skip. We will go through this loop and we will do the same as we did at the bottom of the dress. 3 double crochets. So into the stitch, 1, 2, and 3. This is all in one loop. Now we go to the next loop. 1, 2, and 3. And do this all the way to the end of the chain. Into each loop 3 double crochets. 1. So I made into each chain 3 double crochets and I'm done. I will leave a longer yarn tail because I will sew it to the body with this. And fasten off. And this gives you the same ruffled edge as you have with the dress. And after we connected the head, because it's easier if you do it after we connected the head, we will attach this to the dress. So it goes over the shoulder and onto the back of the dress, over the shoulder and to the front of the dress. If you like it this way, you can just leave it like this. You don't have to do it. So you just attach the head later on. And speaking of, we will start with the head now. So get the skin color you're going with and do a magic ring. Into this magic ring, we will do 6 single crochets. Again in the yarn under, always. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Whoops, I have to do the 6th one again. Then I will close my magic ring and close my round with a slip stitch and a chain. And my first round is done. I will increase from 6 to 12 by doing 2 single crochets into each stitch of the round. And I will mark my stitch again. So 1 and 2 in the same stitch. Repeat this all the way around. So I'm at the end of my round. I will close my round with a slip stitch and a chain. And in the next round I will increase to 18 single crochets by doing 1 single crochet and 1 increase all the way around. So 1 single crochet, and in the next stitch we have our increase, 1 and 2 in the same stitch. So I'm ending my round again with a slip stitch and a chain. We're up to 18 stitches, and we will increase again to get to 24 by doing 2 single crochets and an increase. So 1, 2, and then we have our increase. Repeat all the way around, 2 in 1. And I will end my round again with a slip stitch and a chain. We're up to 24 stitches now, and we will increase again to 30 by doing 3 single crochets and an increase. So single crochet number 1, mark my stitch, 2, 3, and then we have our increase, 2 in 1, 1 and 2. Repeat all the way around. I'm at the end of the round again, slip stitch and chain. We have now 30 stitches, and we need 1 more round of increase, doing 4 single crochets and 1 increase to get to 36 stitches. Whoops, mark my stitch, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we have our increase, 1 and 2 in the same stitch. Repeat all the way around. I will again close my round with a slip stitch and a chain, and we have 36 stitches now, and now we will do 6 rounds of just 36 stitches, no increase, no decrease, just another 6 rounds of 1 single crochet in each stitch around. I finished my 6 rounds of 36 single crochets, and now it's time to decrease again and close the head, and we will decrease from 36 to 30 stitches by doing 4 single crochets and a decrease. So I will start in the same stitch I did my slip stitch in. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And for the decrease, I will go with the invisible decrease through the front loop of the next one, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops. And again, 4 single crochets and a decrease. Repeat all the way around. I'm at the end of my round. Close it with a slip stitch and a chain. And we have 30 single crochets. Now we decrease to 24 by doing 3 single crochets and a decrease. So 1, 2 and 3, and then we do a decrease through the first front loop, through the next front loop, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through both loops, and repeat all the way around. I'm at the end of my round again, slip stitch and a chain, and we are down to 24 stitches. We need 1 more row before we stuff the head. We will decrease to 18 by doing 2 single crochets and a decrease. So single crochet number 1, number 2, and then we decrease, front loop, whoops, front loop, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops. Repeat all the way around. And I'm at the end of the round, slip stitch and chain. And now it's time to insert the eyes before we even stuff the head. So from the top, this is the back of the head where I joined the rounds. From the top, I will count down 10 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And here I will insert the eyes. I will start with the first one. I will put it in here. So it's between row 10 and 11 if you count from the top. And secure it. And now I will count 7 stitches to the right and insert the second eye. So 1 is under the eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here I will insert the next eye. So we have both eyes attached, and now it's time to stuff the head. I am done stuffing my head, and now I will decrease from 18 to 12 stitches, doing 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. So this is my single crochet, mark my stitch, and then I will do my decrease. So front loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Do this all the way around, single crochet, decrease. I will close my round with a slip stitch and a chain, and now we get to our last round. We will only do decreases all around. So I go through front loop to get from 12 to 6 single crochets. Decrease number 1, I will mark it. Number 2. And I will close my round through the first single crochet with a slip stitch, no chain needed because our head is done. I will cut the yarn and will leave a longer yarn tail so I can also secure it with the body. Fasten off, put the yarn on my basting needle, and I will do a reverse magic ring by going through all the front loops of those 6 remaining stitches. 1, 2, 3. Don't get it tangled. 3, 4, 5, and the last one, 6. And I pull it tight, just like this, and I go back inside. I just come out here because I will attach the head to the body. So this is our head. It's a little squished right now. Just get it into a round shape, and now it's time to attach it to the body. Make sure you have the right side. This is the back side where we connected all the rounds. So this is our front, and I will put the head right here. And to attach it, I will go through. Let me show you. This is the last row we did, and I will go through these, around these stitches, if that makes sense, around these stitches. And I will also go around these stitches. So I'm trying to go through the body, through the head, through the body, through the head. So let's put the head in the right position so the eyes are symmetrical. We'll go to the back here, and I will find the stitches in the body that are like right next to where my yarn is right now. So I go through here, and then I go through back through the head, and I will take this. Try not to get the arm wrapped around. And then I pull this close. And then again, I go through the body here. And then I try to find the next 2 stitches at the head. Go through these 2. I will pull this tight, really tight now. And then again. Okay, we're right here. So through the neck and through the head. And I think this is pretty secure. So we only have to weave in the yarn. All right, and our head is secure. It's not moving. It's well attached. And what we can do next, before we start with the face and the hair, we can attach this ruffle band. And for this, I will take the long end and attach it with 1 or 2 stitches in the back here. What you can do is, oh, whoops, I have to first get the stitch down there. What you can do, if you're 100% sure it's not a kid's toy, nobody's going to use it to play with, you can just glue this on. But I like to sew this on. I will glue the hair later, so I could glue this, but I would just do it with a few stitches. So I would just go through the border or the ruffled neck and the dress at the body a couple of times, if I can get through. And what I will do now is take this yarn and just move to the front, because around the arm I will not attach it. I will attach it in the front now. Make sure we have enough in the back. Yeah, I will attach it in the front now. So I just take my yarn here, and then I go through the ruffled neck. And now I will just do the same I did on the other side. I will go through and come out here in the back to attach the rest. All right, we're here. And now I will just weave in this yarn, secure it, go this way. And now I need to weave in this yarn, and I did not weave in these 2 yet. So I will do this, and then we finally get to the face, the nose, the eyebrows, the hair, and the very last part we will do a flower bouquet. For the bride, I want to show you 2 different styles of hair. One is going to be long wavy hair, and the other option is going to be a bun. So let's start with the long wavy hair. I picked this light yellow to mimic blonde hair. And we will do a magic ring. Whoops. And into my magic ring, I will do 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I will close my magic ring and end my round with a slip stitch and a chain. And in the next round we will increase from 7 to 14 by doing 2 single crochets in each stitch around. I will start with the one I did the slip stitch in. So first single crochet and second. Whoops. And second. This is my first increase. I will do 7 in total to get from 7 to 14 stitches all the way around. And we're at the end of our round. I will close my round with a slip stitch and a chain. And I finish my second round. And now we will increase to 21 by doing 1 single crochet and 1 increase all the way around. So this is my single crochet. Now I will do my increase and repeat this until I get to the end. All right, I'm at the end of the round. I will close it with a slip stitch and a chain. And now we will start with the hair and like the long wavy hair, and for this we will do a chain of 20, and I already count this one chain I did to end the round as my first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now I will crochet my way back with single crochets, and I will skip the first one and I will go through the second one. I will go through here, through the loop, and do a single crochet. And the next one, so we will do a chain of 20 and 19 single crochets to get back. This is my last single crochet, and now I will do a slip stitch into the next chain. So this is the chain, or into the next stitch I meant. This is the stitch we attached our whole chain on, and now I will go through the next stitch and do a slip stitch. And now we will repeat the same thing. So we will do a chain of 20, 19 single crochets back, and then a slip stitch into the next stitch. Chain of 20, 19 back, slip stitch into the next stitch. We will need 10 of these long ones, so just repeat the pattern. I finished my 10, let's say, long hair sections. Next we will have one hair that's medium short, which will be a chain of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the same way we go back with single crochets, so 8 single crochets, 2, and then we do our slip stitch in the next stitch. And now we will do 5 very short ones, which are just a chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 single crochets back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 4. All right. Do a slip stitch in the next stitch. And for these 5, we will change that we do another slip stitch to get 1 stitch further and then chain 5. With the other hairs, we right away did our chain, but here we need an extra slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4 back. This is number 4. And then we have our slip stitch. And then we do another slip stitch before we start with the 3rd strand of the short hair. And we need that one medium long strand of hair to even it out on both sides with chain of 9, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I keep losing it. 8 and 9. And recrochet back 8 single crochets. And now slip stitch into the next stitch, which is one stitch we already kind of crocheted in. That's where we started our first chain. But this is where we end our hair piece. So cut the yarn, fasten off, and now grab this piece and get your bride. And what I like to do is get some needles, and now we can attach the hair to the head, because I will glue hair onto the head. This one I will not glue on. I only show you how to do it because I will go with the other option with the bun. And here I only want to show you how to do it. So we have 10 long strands, 2 medium ones, and 5 short ones. So the first thing, grab the 2 medium ones, pull them down slightly, and try to find the middle. Not in the middle with my hair. I mean the middle by looking at the eyes. And now I am in the middle. So I will grab 2 of the needles and I will just put them inside the head. Now I can take the long one and go around the head in the back and put in needles to fixate the hair to the head. Just like this. Just grab one needle, just stick it in. Be careful not to poke yourself. Once you have this, you can take these strands and put them closer to the hair in the back. And now I will put down these shorter ones. So I will just grab some needles and push this down. You can either split the hair this way or this way. I will go with 3 to the left and 2 to the right. All right, and next you just take a regular standard glue, like this one, and just go strand by strand. So take out the needle, put some glue on here, and glue it down. And to secure it, put the needle back in and just wait a few minutes, and then it's completely you cannot detach it. It's completely safe. And I will do this, as I said, not with this hair. I will finish this one with a bun, but this one I already did another one. This is how it looks when it's glued on. So I made a red one, and you can see you have this very cute curly hair in the back, and you have this hair in the front, and it just looks super cute, and it's really safe, and you cannot remove it. I did this on purpose. I did not glue it all the way down because I wanted to like stick out a little. And this is the long hair option. And now we get to the bun option. For the bun, we will first need a magic ring. Whoops. And into this magic ring, I will work 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I will close this also with a slip stitch and a chain. And this is our first round. And in the next round we will increase to 12 stitches by doing 2 single crochets into each stitch around. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I will end my round with a slip stitch and a chain. And this is round number 2 done, and now we will increase to 18 by doing 1 single crochet and an increase. So 1 single crochet, whoops, mark my stitch, and then 1 increase, 1 and 2 in the same stitch. Repeat all the way around. I'm done with my round, and with a slip stitch and a chain, and we're at 18, and we will increase to 24 by doing 2 single crochets and an increase. Single crochet number 1, number 2, and now we will do an increase, 1 and 2 in the same stitch. Repeat all the way around. Close our round with a slip stitch and a chain, and we're done with round 4, 24 single crochets. Now we increase to 30 by doing 3 single crochets and an increase. Mark my first stitch, 1, 2, and 3, and now we have our increase. 1 and 2 in the same stitch, and repeat all the way around. I'm at the end of my round. Slip stitch and chain. We have 30 single crochets, and we increase to 36 by doing 4 single crochets and an increase. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we have our increase, 1 and 2 in the same stitch. Repeat all the way around. I'm at the end of the round. We increase to 36 stitches, and now we need 4 rows of just 36 stitches. So no increase, no decrease, just 36 single crochets all the way around for 4 rounds. So I finished my additional 4 rounds of 36 single crochets, and now we will create a bangs for this kind or for this hairstyle. And to do this, I will start with a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, and do 2 single crochets back, 1 and 2. Now we will do our slip stitch into the first next stitch, which is this one. And now I will do a chain of 4 and 3 single crochets back, 1, 2, and 3. And again a slip stitch in the next stitch. Now we will do 10 strands of a chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 single crochets back, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then of course the slip stitch in the next stitch. Do 10 of these, a chain of 5 and 4 single crochets back. I finished the 10 longer strands, and now we need to do 1 medium strand. So again, like we did here, a chain of 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we do 3 single crochets back, 1, 2, and 3. And now we do the last one, the shortest one, First we slip stitch, then we do a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2 single crochets back, 1 and 2, and the last slip stitch, and the front of our hair is done. We can cut the yarn and fasten off. You don't need this long yarn tail. We will glue the hair to the head, so there's no need to leave a longer yarn tail. So we take this piece and we put this on our bride's head, and first fixate the middle, and then I also will put a needle down here, and here I will start putting down the strands we have kind of straight down like this. And this is how it looks without the bun. We will of course crochet a bun and attach the bun as well. But this is how the hair looks, and this is how we will glue it to the head. So put this aside and let's go make the bun. For the bun we will start with a slip knot and leave a longer yarn tail like this, and then I will do a chain of 35. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I will do one extra, which is kind of my turning chain, and now I will crochet back 25 stitches. So not all the way to the back. I will do single crochets 25 in total. I will skip this turning chain I did, go through the first through the second loop and do a single crochet, 25 in total. So I did my 25 single crochets, and now I will do into the next stitch a slip stitch, and I will repeat doing 26, a chain of 26, 25 single crochets, and a slip stitch in the next stitch, a chain of 26, 25 single crochets back, and a slip stitch in the next stitch. When we fill up this whole remaining chain, we will have 10 of these 25 single crochet strands. So just repeat the pattern and we will meet again when we have the 10 strands. I have my 10 strands ready now. I did my last slip stitch, and now I will fasten off, leaving a little bit of a longer yarn tail, and fold this like this and sew it together. Just roughly, so it stays together. Just like this. And then you can even tie a knot here with these two strands. Then I take a piece of yellow yarn. I have some yellow yarn on my needle, yeah. And now I take all the strands, I go through the bottom of the 10 strands. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I will also tie a knot here. So you put your yarn on your basting needle. Okay, now I have it ready. Then I will twist this. Like so. And then I will sew this together. Make sure you have it twisted really good, and try to sew through here so it doesn't open again. And put your other 2 strands on your basting needle and just go to the bottom. Here we can tie a knot with these 4 strands we have now. And then we can make this look a little more messy, just like a bun. And this goes on top of the head of our little bride. The next step is to start gluing the hair to the head, and I will start with the back. I will remove this one, get my glue ready, get a piece of paper somewhere, and then I will do this like this, and I will leave this piece of yarn inside. I will just glue it shut, and I don't have to sew in that piece of yarn. So I will put some glue around here. And close to the edge. And then I will just push it down. To secure it, I will take some needles and just stick it in so it does not move. Okay, and now I will start with the hair in the front. I'll just remove these, because first I want to also put some glue here. And then I will start with the first strands. I will not make too many at once. I will put this down and put a needle inside. I already put some glue on the next one, so I can just put this down and also again secure it with a needle. And then I will just work my way over to the other side. All right, our hair is drying. I can now sew in this, or weave in this yellow end. You can of course do that before you start gluing the hair to the head. And now we can remove this one, and I will cut the yarn here. I will leave a little bit of a yarn tail. Don't want to cut it too close to the knot. And now I will glue this on top, and I will make sure that the end where I sewed them together is down, facing down, like facing to the back, to the neck. So just get some glue, put it on the hair, make sure you have enough. I'll also put some on these yarn ends. And then I will find the middle, which is here, and I will just glue this on. And I decided to pin it down so I don't have to hold it the whole time, because I want to finish the face. And to do this, we need a nose and eyebrows and some white spots around the eyes. And for the nose, I will take my yarn, it has 4 strands, and I will separate the yarn Like I will separate these 4 strands. So I have 3 strands instead of 4 because I ripped one apart. I will take these 3, put them on my basting needle, and I will make a nose in the middle of the face, in the middle between the eyes, and it's going to be 1 row down from the middle of the eye where I attach the eye, so it's here, and I will go through here and come out here. This should be the middle, but I will also weave in the yarn, so I will start more to the right, go through a few stitches, and I will come out here. All right, and then I will go in here. Now I will do the nose I said I will. So around these 3 stitches. So just like that. 1, 2, and again. At least 1 more time. And just make a nose, so it looks like a nose. This is the last time I go around because I only have 3 strands. If you have 4, you may not have to do it as often as I do. And from here I will just weave in the yarn through a few stitches. Okay, and this is our tiny nose. So now I take a piece of yellow yarn to do the eyebrows, and I will split the yarn again, and I will try to make leave 2 strands together. I will use 2 for the eyebrow. So I have my piece of 2 strands, and I will make my eyebrows. I will go in like on the forehead. I will go in here and I will come out above the middle of the eye here. Leave some yarn sticking out here like this. All right, I came out on top of the eye, and I will go back in at the let me show it here, at the side, and I will work my way over to the other eye and try to get out at the top here. So 1 eyebrow is done, and now I will go back in here at the side of the eye and come out the same spot I went in. I will show you in a second why. So here we have our second eyebrow. Now we will tie a knot in these 2 pieces, in these 2 strands. Don't pull too tight because you don't want to pull on the eyebrows you just created. And now we will put this on the basting needle and go through the same hole we came out of. Just come out somewhere and pull in the knot. Don't pull too tight because you don't want to ruin your eyebrows. I know they're barely visible, but if you have darker hair, you can see them much better. So cut this yarn, and your eyebrows are done, and the only thing that we have to do is the white marks around the eye. Take a piece of white yarn, don't make it too short, we will again go in through the forehead, come out at the top of the eye, right where the black is, right here. Let some yarn stick out here. Then we will go down back in at the bottom of the eye, kind of in the middle, top middle, bottom middle. Go back in here and work your way to the other eye and come out at the bottom, middle, here. And when you pull here, push the white next to the eye. Now we will do the same on the other side. I go back in at the top middle of the eye, and I will come out the same stitch I went in with the white, and we have the white around the eye. Tie a knot. Now I can hide the knot inside. But again, do not pull too tight, otherwise you will ruin your eyes again. All right, and our face is done. And now it's time to remove all the needles. And this is how our little bride looks. The only thing we need to do now is the little flower bouquet. For the flower bouquet, we need 3 little flowers, and I will start with a slip knot, and I will do a chain of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We will crochet our way back, but we will skip the first loop and start with the second chain, and I will do 1 single crochet. Into the next chain, we will do 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. In the next one, we will do 3, 1, 2, and 3. And in the next one, I will do another set of 3, 1, 2, and 3. And then again, in the last one, a set of 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now end it with a slip stitch into the same stitch you did your 3 single crochets, and fasten off, leaving a little bit of a yarn tail. Grab your basting needle and wrap this into a rose. So just wrap it like this, and with this yarn end, try to get all the edges, also the edge on the inner side where the beginning is. So just go through a couple of times and secure everything. So this is our first flower. Now you can tie a knot. And repeat this 2 more times in the colors of your choice. And for the bottom, I have my 3 flowers ready. For the bottom of the bouquet, we will do a magic ring and do a single crochet, 7 in total, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will close my magic ring and end the round with a slip stitch and a chain. And in the next round, we will do into each stitch a single crochet, a double crochet, and a single crochet for each stitch around. So I will start with the one I did the slip stitch in. So 1 single crochet, then I will do a double crochet, and again a single crochet. And this all the way around. Repeat single crochet, double crochet, and single crochet, all in the same stitch. I'm at the end of the round, and I will close the round by going through the first single crochet and do a slip stitch. And this is the bottom of the bouquet. I will cut the yarn, leave a longer tail, and with this I will connect it to the arm. I will first get so this is the bottom. I will first get the whole thing, the yarn towards the middle. So to attach this to the arm, I will just go through the arm, in and out, just like this. And then I will come through the bouquet to end up here. And I will do the same with the other yarn. Just go through the arm, in and out. And then I will also find my way to the top side, but maybe on the other side, like this. And then I will tie a knot in these two pieces. If you want, you can weave in the yarn now. I will, just for 2 stitches or so. Like this. And this one. And the very last thing is gluing the flowers to the bouquet itself. So I get my glue ready. Just grab the flower, put some glue on there, and press it on the bouquet. And I will do the same with the other 2 flowers. I have to hold it until it dries, and then we will see a final result. And now my very last touch, so the bouquet is done. My very last touch is a chain of 60, and I did the yarn tails at the beginning and at the end. I split the yarn so it looks a little bit, you know, special. And you can go around the bun and tie a cute bow. So like this, and make it a little bow, like this. You can fix it as you want. It's not quite in the middle. This one is longer than the other one, but that's okay. And yeah, I am happy with the result. So we now have 2 different types of brides, one with long hair, curly hair, and one with a bun. And you can just customize it as you want. You can make the flowers different, the hair color. And I hope you liked my little tutorial, and thanks for watching.